Hello from sunny Florida. I'm J.E. Leake, the author of the Sapphic Noir Shadow series. This excerpt comes from the first book in that historical fiction series, In the Shadow of the Past. This scene takes place in a nightclub dressing room in New York City in 1943. After some prior flirting that ended badly, reporter Jenny Ryan is trying to get singer Katharine Hammond to help take down her father's killer. Jenny settled into the chair at the end of the bed, and a slow grin split her lips. She was back in Katharine Hammond's good graces, and one step closer to Forrester, just like she planned. Soon she would meet the evil bastard face to face, uncover his treachery, and bring him down. Katharine interrupted her maniacal revenge fantasy when she came out of the bathroom, patting her face dry with a hand towel. All thoughts of Forrester faded as Jenny stared. Makeup hides myriad sins, her high school hygiene teacher used to say, but Katharine Hammond apparently had no sins because she was stunning without it. Standing at the open door to her small closet, tapping a perfectly manicured red nail on the door jamb, Katharine chose an outfit and disappeared behind the changing screen. Wow, Jenny silently mouthed. Katharine's stage persona had vanished before her eyes, but the subtle hint of her musky perfume remained. Jenny could almost feel the woman's long leg in her hands again. She cringed as the original intent of the evening disappeared in a hedonistic blur of primal trickery. She chastised herself for reducing Katharine to a sex object, but honestly, come up to my room while I slip into something more comfortable? She shook her head and tried to find a modicum of professionalism, but that effort vanished when a pair of black hose, welts first, came floating over the top edge of the screen and settled there like an open invitation. Jenny all but bit her knuckle to stop from whimpering. Her gaze fell on the bed beside her. Its damask coverlet and collection of decorative throw pillows made it look like the setting of a Goya painting, with Katharine filling in as the naked Mahjah. Jenny closed her eyes, begging her rusty libido to have mercy on her. "Thank you for doing this," she said. No reply came from the screen. "Introducing me to Forrester, I mean?" Katharine made a small noise of recognition. "I was a real stinker," Jenny went on, "and you've been so graceful about it. I really don't deserve it after last night." Katharine stepped out from behind the screen and zipped up the side zipper of her slacks. "Say, what gives? I thought we were starting over." "Well, since we're friends now, I feel it's only fair to let you know I'm headstrong and opinionated." Katharine raised her brow. "You don't say." Jenny liked this side of Katharine. She exuded confidence without arrogance and empathy without pity. She listened and respected her goals, unlike her uncle, who treated every suggestion like a harebrained scheme just 2 moves shy of disaster. Katharine slipped into her suit jacket and they headed out. A cold blast of damp night air met them as Katharine shouldered open the heavy exit door. "Do you live in the city?" she asked as they descended the stairs. "No, Riverdale." "Say, you've come a long way on the assumption I'd help you out tonight." Jenny felt confident in Katharine's mutual attraction, so she threw caution to the wind. "Actually, I was going to seduce you until I had you under my spell. And when that happens, well, you'd have no choice but to obey my every command." Katharine stopped abruptly and looked over her shoulder. "When does that start?" Jenny almost crashed into her. "I'm sorry. That was terribly forward of me." Katharine laughed. "Actually, I was just thinking that I capitulated too soon, and I'm going to miss out on what would have been a very interesting evening." "The night is still young." Katharine smirked dismissively and continued down the stairs. "Don't start something you won't finish, Jenny." Jenny couldn't tell if it was a warning or a challenge, but she was up for either. "What makes you think I won't finish, Kat?" Katharine turned to face her with a predatory glare that shocked Jenny into questioning whether she could, indeed, finish what she'd started. Jenny suddenly found it hard to breathe. She was drowning in a physical rush of sexual intensity meant to devour her mercilessly. She almost fell backwards, but Katharine took hold of her biceps to steady her. Then something changed. Katharine's gaze softened, as did her grip on her arm. The predator vanished, and Jenny saw something familiar, someone familiar, someone searching and longing, and then instantly aware that their search was over, someone confused by emotions they had no idea how to process. The rest of the world fell away until all Jenny heard was her own labored breathing. Katharine's lips parted, and Jenny swore she was leaning in to kiss her, but instead she grimaced and blinked up to the heavens as raindrops started to fall.